Hi Capricorn, it's me here. Lovely to have you with me. The feeling of this reading is so much more upbeat than Taurus that I did last night. It was so much more heavy. Obviously we're all going through a time of uncertainty and there's an awful lot of sadness around and sort of frustration and fear. But this reading feels kind of much more mischievous. It's interesting. Very interesting, Capricorn. Okay, at the end of the reading I'm going to tune into your root chakra with the wishing bowl, but for now we'll go through the Celtic cross and we'll see what's the energy around you. Obviously, no surprises, we've got the tower moment bang in the central. I think we've all had a huge tower moment, haven't we? So yeah, you were before the tower moment thinking about walking away from something, and a situation that you've invested in emotionally for some time. You weren't sure which way you were going to go, but you're willing to take the chance to find emotional fulfillment someplace else. So whether that's in a long-term committed relationship or if that was in your work environment, somewhere that you invest a lot of your time and energy. But the tower came in, and we've all had our plans sort of scuppered, I guess. Yeah, the tower is when it comes in, it's a major life force, a major arcana. So the universe has probably been giving us hints and nudges for some time over many years about something that was no longer good for us. We'd outgrown a situation in some way, and then the tower comes in. If we ignore those warnings and just signs around us, we don't listen to our gut instinct and our intuition, then the universe steps in and says, okay, I'm going to make sure that things are on an even keel, where that you're able to start afresh and then build again from a more firm and solid foundation. So the tower comes in and clears the decks and says, okay, now start afresh and do it with a proper foundation. So there you are. It seems to me like the way society was going, you know, we were all so busy, weren't we? There's lots of different theories about it, but yeah, the universe is now saying, okay, we're going to change course, and here's a change, and we're going to really go back to basics and have time on our hands where we're going to look at really what's important to us, and probably a lot of us start afresh. We're definitely going to have a new fresh outlook, that's for sure. Okay, so interesting that you were thinking about walking away from something, because here on your above you, on your mind very much, Capricorn, is a page of rods. So this is saying that you were feeling passionate about exploring and expanding your energy, and you were kind of out the door almost on something that you felt heartfelt about. I'm wondering if it was a new passion that you had recently started to invest in. It could have been in your career. Maybe you were thinking about taking on a new adventure somehow in a workplace. It could have been in a relationship as well, but some area that was making you feel really fired up. I mean, it's fire energy with the rods. So you were raring to go on something, but obviously the tower's come in and you're not able to be so expansive. You're raring to go. You wanted to be out there, Capricorn, but yeah, there's a delay now. There's a delay. So below you is more of this passion. This to me, I mean, it's a very new beginning in something. So it can be in a new job. I mean, maybe it's a new business venture or some kind of creative part of your life where you were thinking, yeah, I'm raring to go and I want to do this. It's sort of like a match. Think of this as a match, and you strike it and there's a flame that burns. Sometimes it might not burn for very long, but it was very powerful, and it's a new beginning in something. It could also be in a relationship. So maybe there's a new beginning with a person that you're feeling really connected to, and you were wanting to go towards them and feeling fired up and impassioned. That was also on your mind. In the recent past, I'm thinking you're walking away from some kind of long-term, traditional situation, somewhere that you'd invested. Could be to do with family even, because this is very much sort of the exclusive, very established relationship or setup that you've had in the recent past. So I'm thinking your heart and passion was somewhere else. It wasn't really in this image here, because of where the card's placed. So yeah, it might have been over many years. You've kind of built up a lot of structure around you and an established relationship. Could be in the workplace possibly, but it could be in a relationship too. I mean, it could be, obviously this isn't for one person, this reading, this is for many people. So some of you will be noticing other parts that are relating to you, and others will be, looking at thinking that's not me, but there'll be parts of the reading that do. So yeah, very exclusive in this relationship. So it could be a marriage that was no longer fulfilling you emotionally. You were feeling, although you'd invested a lot, you were feeling ready. I mean, it's right next to this card. You're feeling ready to find your passion somewhere else. And there is passion in this reading, absolute passion. So the Tower moment, it must be a huge blow to you, Capricorn, in your plans. So you're being forced to wait. And with the High Priestess, she's saying things will unfold as they're supposed to do. And it's quite a mysterious card, the High Priestess. It's quite powerful. It can talk about huge change as well, which next to the Tower, I mean, I don't think any cards could surprise us at the moment about how dramatic things are. In other readings, I've had the Death card, but this is what I'm saying about... and the Death card, by the way, isn't always just about death, but obviously it is relevant at the moment. But yeah, with this reading, it is a lot more upbeat and much more. There's a lot of mischief in this reading, which is quite fun. So with the High Priestess, she's got an ancient scroll on her lap, and it's got wisdom in there, and you know, those things are only being revealed slowly to you as it's supposed to be. It might not be the right timing now. So obviously things are on hold. The Hanged Man also is coming up a lot in people's readings. So yeah, you haven't got the Hanged Man here, but the High Priestess is similar in the sense that you will have to delay. So this is you going forward, Capricorn, even though you're an earth energy, this is water energy. So here you are feeling quite emotional about something. It's showing you you may have a strong water sign rising in your chart, so it could be in your moon or Venus or rising ascendant sign. So you could have Cancer or Pisces, perhaps sometimes Scorpio, with this card. So where you feel really you want to offer this huge cup of love, but you're having to be very you're very mature about your emotions, Capricorn. You're showing real maturity, and there's a calmness about you where you're caring about other people, and maybe your priorities have changed a little bit with everything that's happened. You're like a safe harbour for other people to come to you. You're probably a natural counsellor as well, so you're being there for other people, and you're amazingly supportive to others. They really do value you. You're respected and looked up to, so well done for that. And we all need people like you at the moment. In your domestic situation, we've got the Moon card. So this is talking about things being in not clear. It can feel quite daunting, the setup that you've got now. It feels very intimidating almost, you know, like in the moonlight, the shadows cast long dark shadows, and it can look a bit eerie. I mean, definitely I think we're all at times feeling a bit spooked with what's going on in our world, wondering about supplies and our, you know, fearing for our health and everything, and what sanctions will be placed on our freedoms and stuff like that. So this is very much in your mind and what's around you at the moment with the Moon card. Can also talk about cycles of the moon. So I don't know if we'll see any benefit from the new phases in the moon, you know, if we'll see progress being made with them finding a vaccine or something. But the moon is relevant here. But it's again talking about being intuitive, a bit like the High Priestess card. So you may find when there's a full moon you're feeling more in tune, which we all do. We're something like 72% water, our bodies. It might be even higher than that, but we're very high percentage of water in our bodies. So of course we're affected by the moon. So yeah, that's the kind of atmosphere we're in. Then on your hopes and fears, you know, I really can understand this. It's the Eight of Swords, feeling completely tied up and bound up in your head as well, you know, with the thoughts of everything that's going on, because for a lot of us, we aren't physically affected, but in our minds we're so aware of the potential that, you know, can come to our experience. We potentially could be, you know, struggling, all of us. So this card is showing that really. But always with this card, even if it wasn't going throughout the coronavirus, I would always say same goes really, that it's one step at a time. You know, none of us are sure or certain about anything, but we can only do the best that we can in our situation. So even if you just take one of those swords away and think, right, okay, what have I got in my cupboard that will help me to be strong and healthy? Have I got any zinc, for example? I know personally I'm thinking, vitamin C, that's a good idea. Let's have some fruit. And then thinking, well, okay, my fruit bowl has got fruit in it now, but I don't know if I'll be able to replenish that store. You know, will I have more afterwards? But it's thinking carefully. And I heard as well, even drinking sips of warm water, and it's not cold water, it's warm water, to keep our pipes and our tubes open in our bodies. So yeah, apparently they're finding out from the body, it's a sad thing, but finding out from the biopsies of the people that have had it and haven't survived, apparently our tubes and our pipes are closing in. So and we sort of, I guess that's how we die. But if you can try and keep your airwaves and everything open and fluid by having warm drinks every 20 minutes, don't be worrying about cold drinks. I mean, if you've only got cold, fine, but warm drinks are apparently really beneficial. So just finding out, this is taking one of the barriers away each time towards you being the best you can be. Find out what it is that you can do to help yourself. I mean, of course, we probably all feel like putting a bandage over our head and just hiding under the duvet, but you can only be like that for so long. Absolutely. So find ways to make yourself feel better, knowing that you're doing the best you can for you. And then, the surprise, not at all, the overview card is the Wheel of Fortune, and this card has been coming up as well. So a massive hand, so a hand of fate has come in, divine timing, and the wheel has turned and changed things. I mean, the good thing is in this reading it's come in upright, so it feels like, although obviously we've got our challenges, some people are falling off the Wheel of Fortune. There's going to be there'll be silver linings to some people as well with this card. And I don't know if it's helping some people to even realise and prioritise about what is important to us. So, I mean, I noticed, I'll show you now, underneath the card you got here is the Lovers. So the bottom of the deck is the Lovers card. So if this is what's on your mind, maybe there's someone you're having to choose between in a relationship, maybe you're able to finally be clear in your mind and think, okay, this is what's really important to me. Is this person the person I'm meant to be with? And prioritising, being clear. So you're not stringing anyone along or wasting your energy, because if you are letting someone go, as in like this person's being dropped away, it's fair, isn't it, to kind of be upfront with them as well. I mean, regardless if you think, obviously we do everything in the kindest way we can, but let them get on with their life as well. That's what I'm thinking. People need to know where they stand, don't they, Capricorn? So, and equally, if you've got someone who's hanging around wondering if you care about them, be straight with them and clear with them and show them. And with perseverance, you eventually, after all this is blown over, you go to where you'll find this. I should pick this one up again. Find your other card of cup of emotional fulfillment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So you're looking for the 9th cup of fulfillment, which is almost at completion, because 10s are then the next stage where change comes in, like we see with the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, that just went blurry. So yeah, I think it's clear. It's clear, isn't it? You have to be fair with whoever's around you with this Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, the timing was ripe for things to move on. The way things were couldn't carry on, and it's now a new phase that we're in, and we're all having to adapt and be flexible. And in your situation, although you were raring to go with something, the Tower has come in, so you're going to need to be more persistent and persevere in a more flexible way. And then we see that with this card here, the brisk, fascinating card actually. This is from the Oracle of the Trees, and it's called the bristlecone pine, and the meaning behind it is it talks about persistence. So I think that's what you're going to have to embrace there, Capricorn, and there's a little woodpecker on that tree there, I just noticed. Persistence to kind of get where it is you want to for your emotional fulfillment. And it says, my needles, the message from it said, my needles can stay green for over 40 years before dying, so I can help you to learn the art of persistence. My ability to survive for thousands of years means I've witnessed many turbulent events, but I continue to grow despite them all. And bristlecone pines are honoured for their immense longevity. Some are thought to be the oldest single living organisms in the world. One, a Great Basin bristlecone, popularly known as Methuselah, is believed to be over 4,800 years old. The bristlecone pine survives for so long because damaged bark and wood, the reflection's a bit there, and wood die back, thereby sending sap to the healthy parts of the tree. Old trees have several trunks and can support healthy crowns from a surprisingly small amount of living bark. And it says life does not always run smoothly. You are currently facing difficulties, but do your best to remain strong and steadfast during these troubling times. Persist your goals while learning from your setbacks. There you are. You see persistence to get that emotional fulfillment. That's so spot on. And then this card is the Samhain. I'm not very sure if that's how you say it, but this is talking about our ancestors and people around us, and it says the veil between the worlds of the seen and the unseen. The ancestors and spirits of the dead are honoured. Their wisdom and messages are sought. So, thinking about the people that are, older and wiser than us, they might have wisdom that they can share with us from their experiences as well. I mean, many people can pass on messages from people that lived through the last war and everything, It says the ancestors are offering guidance. Watch for unexpected messages in dreams, chance encounters with strangers, or voices whilst whispered on the wind. You've nothing to fear in the dark. And the key words are mystery, ancestors, deepening, and I embody the wisdom of my ancestors. And what do the spirits of the dead require of you? So I don't know. I mean, it's a sobering thought, isn't it? If people are losing people they love, but if there's something that you maybe wished you'd said, or if you think there's something that they wish they'd said, maybe there was. I don't know. I'm just thinking, for example, if there was someone who they were sorry about something and maybe you never forgave them, maybe say that now, even if they've gone. Just say that to their spirit and help to clear the energies. It's so important. So that's it's such a strange time. It's so sobering, but think along those lines. You can communicate with people. Just talk to them as if they're still there and say, okay, I forgive you for that thing, whatever it was years ago, please, and then let it go, and then people can move on and energies can move on, can't they? Okay, now we're going to look at the wishing bowl. So we're looking at your root chakra, and the colour for the root chakra is red, and the root chakra is at the base of the spine. So think of that. Well, I like to just tap the base of the spine to wake my subconscious up, to say that's what we're working on, and then rest your hand in your lap to feel at ease. And it's talking about feeling grounded and confident that your needs are going to be met. I mean, at the moment, obviously, that's so important to feel that, because they say, you're not what you are, but what you think you are is what you are. So it's very much, if you can feel good in yourself, help yourself to feel at ease. And it says resources for survival will be available, and thinking about having a confident career and money mindset. Okay, I think we'd all benefit from that at the moment. Okay, so if you open up your shoulders and straighten up your spine and make sure you're sitting somewhere that's comfortable and safe for you to close your eyes if you feel that you want to. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale through your mouth. And then again, take one more in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Okay, and then I want you to feel the vibration, or hear the ringing vibration from the wishing bowl, and feel the sensation of that opening up the channels of energy running through your body, coming through your root chakra at the base of your spine, and helping you to feel grounded. Okay, here we go. It does something to me, this bowl. It's so pure, the sound. It doesn't, I mean, I did feel it connecting my root chakra to the earth. I felt that. There's a draw and a pull and a warmth. But it does have this kind of a wave that just comes over me altogether, and it's so soothing. So, it's so beneficial. Okay, Capricorn, thank you for joining me with this. It's awesome. Okay, oh yeah, if you enjoy the reading, please click on subscribe. I'm a new channel. I've been running since about Christmas, so it really helps if you, and it gives me encouragement really. And if you could comment as well, I love to hear your feedback and know what's going on with you. It's just so encouraging for me. So yeah, if you did do that for me, that's lovely. I'll be updating daily, and I've already done a coronavirus reading part 1, so I'll be uploading another one in a few days, or when the energies feel right for me to do that, when it's going to be at its most helpful. Okay, Capricorn, love and light to you. See you soon. Bye bye.